How's it going, everybody? So I am surrounded by 3 boxes right now. We've got the Dyson Oversize Absolute Gold Plus. Just dropped last week. Really excited to check this thing out. I've got the furniture detail kit. I think this one's the actual vacuum itself, and then this might be the stand. So we're gonna break into it. I know most of you guys probably watch my stuff for my aquarium, which we're building still right now. So if you guys are into that stuff, cool, check it out. This is in the other section of just stuff that I like. So it's cool tech, it's brand new, can't wait to check it out. So brand new Dyson vacuum. It's like the V11, which is the one that they're kind of doing the huge headline on. This is the bigger one, more capacity, both on the battery and the actual canister. Maybe a little less on the actual sucking, I don't want to say capacity, but the actual power. On the website it says 90% over a previous model, where the V11 does 100% more. We'll see. So let's go ahead and dig into these boxes. Kind of interesting, the boxes come this way. I don't even like doing unboxing videos. We're doing an unboxing video because I'm excited about this, brand new. I don't know if there's really any other ones in it out there yet for the unboxing stuff. And so the boxes, they come like with this protector around it. So let's go ahead and speed up the video real quick. Open these up and see what the actual boxes look like real quick. As they fall on me. Alright, so there you have it. We've got the Dyson Outsize. I said oversized, but it's Outsize Absolute Plus. So pretty excited about this thing. Then right below it, what do we got? The V11 freestanding docking station. And then yeah, we got this little guy, the little furniture detailing kit. So let's go ahead and do one thing at a time. We'll go ahead and do the actual dock first. Probably going to need to charge this thing up before we can even get it working. Maybe they got some battery in it from the factory, maybe not. And we can't just do the review or the unboxing on the main thing yet. Kind of got to have you guys watch a little more of the videos, don't we? Alright, so here we go. I mean, the box is pretty nice, right? Let's see. Okay. Here we go. It's pretty serious metal. Guess this is going to go into one of these ends right here. Got some instruction manuals right here. Open this up a little bit. Anything in here? No. Definitely nothing in there. Okay, we're good there. Get out this little base. Oh, this thing's pretty heavy. Got some weight to it. Okay. It's got the power cord supposedly supposed to go in here somewhere. Not sure where. Put that down for a minute. Put this down for a minute. What do we got over here? What? That's it? No way. Really how it works? Huh. It's pretty interesting. Let's see what this says. Yeah, I think it might actually be that simple. I don't know if that's coming out on the video there. But basically says, yeah, let's see where that cable is. The cable's got to be around here somewhere. go ahead and put this thing down and see. Maybe it's going to tell us ahead of time what's going on. Okay, so right on the back, you guys haven't already seen a review for this. Looks like it's pretty straightforward. It's just a little push lock. You just go ahead and put this guy in there, just like that. Actually comes undone pretty easily. So, alright. Move the fancy box aside. Nothing really else to see here. Fancy box going to this. Okay. That's how you hang out there. Then we've got this guy. Got a little piece of plastic on it. Okay. Press the button. What's this actually say? Yeah, this will have to go ahead and see exactly how that works. Right here, like this. This kind of little thing moves up there. I don't see where the power cable is. Maybe it's going to just automatically use a power cable that we take out from there. I'm not really sure. Apparently you run the power cable down this line, so I'm guessing you just go ahead and take the power cable from your actual vacuum. Keep in mind, guys, I don't have one of these. I don't have a stick vacuum. So I've never done one of these before, and okay, so it's pretty straightforward. This little plastic piece goes right here, just right in there, and probably once you've actually got the power cord. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put it to the side. I mean, looks like some nice plastic with some metal. I don't know if it's actually worth all that money, but we'll see. The fact of the matter is, though, it's like, what are you going to hang this thing on? A coat rack? It's basically a fancy coat rack. I'll put this right over here so we don't lose it. So this is the Dyson furniture detail kit. Kind of showed it coming. There goes that. Kind of showed it coming in like a little bag online. Here's the bag. Check it out. That's a bizarre smell. It smells like olive pizza. How weird. I'm gonna have to do a double take on that smell. Okay. This is a freebie. So if you order this thing, the vacuum off their website, they give you the option of this one or another kit. I don't know what the other kit is. The question is, does the other kit smell like pepperoni and olive pizza? I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's kind of nice, but it's a little organizer. So they've got some little benefits on the Dyson website. Go ahead and buy it right off the bat from them, as opposed to a third party. One of those things being, you can go ahead and get a really cool color from them. So they say you get some preferred colors. Alright, here's what we've been waiting for. It's a pretty hefty package. Make sure not to break anything. Let's see. Okay, cut it right there. So, about the size of a small child, or a large child, man-child, which is me. Oh, there we go. So, How's it look on the video? It looks pretty good, I think. Alright. So, if some of you are wondering, isn't this just the older Absolute, or the older Outsize? No, it's not. You know why? Because it's got the V15 screen and all the other cool stuff about it. I don't know if it shows it here on the box. No, it just shows a really cool color and everything. So let's go ahead, go on the website, check it out. I'll link it below. All right. Haha. Activate your warranty. I think they already did that for me. Instruction manual. Safety. Please read through all of this. Why would I read through something that doesn't have photos in it? Check this out later, maybe. Alright, so we got this little guy. He's got some cool extensions. There we go. It's like a multi-tool, kind of opens up. I mean, we've got the little Dyson hand back. So it's pretty similar to that. Sort of what that looks like, just maybe a little fancier. This thing seems pretty heavy duty though. Yeah, it's got a nice spring on it. So, and it's actually got these inlets here. Kind of interesting inlets. Or wait, should we put this in the olive pizza bag? I think we should. This definitely smells like olive pizza. There we go. It's crazy. Nice little brush. Here. Which do we do next? I'm guessing it's this. Let's open this out. This is probably something to hold those attachments on it. Maybe your favorite attachment. Guess we'll see. If you're wondering what this stuff feels like, it feels like cardboard. This thing's kind of cool. Look at this. It's got my high school colors on it. Imagine that. Blue and yellow. So this is pretty intense. Super fluffy. Laser detection. If you're wondering, is this the older Outsize? It's not. Laser detection. So it's right there. So it's got these little felt pads on it, and I think this is one of their special attachments that you get with this and the V15. Very springy. And then if you check this out, there you can probably turn the laser on and off with that guy. That's my guess. Definitely emits it right from here. Surprised it doesn't say don't look at it. So kids, don't look at it. Just says laser detection. So we'll have to check that out in a minute. Put this guy in the olive box. Looks like this came off the Apollo 13. Color-wise. There we go. So this is a handle. Okay. Get behind this right here. And more attachments, I think. So what do we got? Kind of a felt. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So this guy has a little foot with felt on it. Definitely seems like you'd be using this for dusting action. Alright, so, and then there's a box in a box over here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can definitely see it. Alright. Definitely see it right there. Box with a box. What's in the mini box? Oh, this looks pretty serious. Oh, definitely serious. This is the battery. Okay. So it's got your serial number on there. Oh, it's blinking. This little light was blinking when I just took up. It's doing it again. Check it out. I don't know if that's coming out on there. Little blue light's blinking. There's this little blue detent you can push down on it. I think it yells at you when it's unhappy. So we'll have to charge it into this guy. Alright, nothing else in the boxy box. Okay. Okay. Definitely did a lot of modular boxes in here. I'm thinking this is the power brick. That's my guess. No. Yes. Nailed it. Alright. Wait a minute, what? We have 2 charging cables. That's incredible. Why do I need 2 charging cables? Huh. Maybe if you want to plug this thing up separately? 2 charging cables, what does it say? Battery charger. It's got a little booklet that came with those power bricks. Shows the instructions on how to mount the battery. And let's see what else. And then just a bunch of languages saying how to mount that battery. Huh. Not missing much. So, I guess we'll have to remain to see. Is there anything that says on here? Maybe in case you lose one, it comes with 2. They look identical. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see why later. Alright, the next box. Well, gotta do this box first. The other box won't come out first. Alright, so this is the business end. This Dyson right here for sure. There we go. This is one of the main attachments. I hope this thing works. Have you ever done your own unboxing at home of a product that's like brand new? Super excited to use it, and then it doesn't work, and then you say, oh, please send it back in the box that it came in. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna work out really well. Box over there. It's kind of torn up. You saw me do it. So this, apparently these are the like carbon fiber threads or something like that. You watch the video online. It's kind of cool. To talk about carbon fiber threads. They seem really soft. So very cool. Nice colors on it. I mean, definitely fancy. You can see this articulates up and down. It's got a button on it, and then a plus and a minus button. Well, what's that do? Huh. Maybe, so this little red bumper goes up and down when you hit the plus or minus, which if you look at it, it's allowing more air in there or not. I guess we'll have to read the instructions to see. But there you go, there's that. We're running out of room over by the olive bag. Then we've got this. This thing's intense. Anti-tangle screw. Oh yeah, you watched the video, Mr. Dyson. This thing you can use to pick up strings with. Now, do you want to do that intentionally? I don't know. But you can do it with this, and it doesn't get stuck in here. Now, do they have that on this too? Maybe, but it just says anti-tangle screw. Yeah. So I guess we'll have to see. What does it say on here? It says made in Malaysia. It's got a little motor in here too. It's got a little. You can see it's got a little air vent and a little service panel. And when you do something like this, all right, I don't want to break it. I'm going to read the instruction manual. There's a lever here. It does something. check that out. Alright, so if anybody's actually watching this review, I bet you're like loving this because there's so many boxes. Alright. Is this a mounting kit? Oh my god. This is a mounting kit and I just bought that thing. I mean, yes, that's nice, but this is a mounting kit. So it comes with a mounting kit. If you don't want to spend the money on, is that even in the picture? Alright. If you don't want to spend the money on this guy, for that, you could totally do fine with this. I wish I would have known this thing came with it. And it's got two little holders on there. Don't you know? Alright, so what else we got? More boxes. Alright. And now we've got the giant Nerf gun looking thing. This thing looks pretty serious. If I was going to be in Men in Black 4, if there's going to be a Men in Black 4, I would want the gun that looks like this. Because it's pretty cool looking. I didn't expect it to do that. Oh my god. I want the gun to also sound like that too. So you've got a whole setup in here. I don't know if you guys heard this, but, and I'm going to try it again. I'm going to come up to the camera so you can witness what I just witnessed. First of all, it works, so there's that, so that's good. But when you press the button and you hear it, it does this like whoa sound at the end. So let's see if we can get that on camera real quick. That's a really cool sound. Let's see if we can hear it again. Alright, that's really cool. So, English, let's see. English, yep. No, darn it. It says to hold the button. English. Hold the button to select. Oh, okay. There you guys go. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. English. Alright, selected. Fully charged before the first use. That's probably what the cool sound was after I hit the button, the trigger. It probably yells at you with that little boom sound, which sounds super cool. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and have to fully charge this thing real quick. Check you out in a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm showing you if we can actually show this on camera, I want to show you guys the charging process. So, yeah, there we go. So, there you go. Let's go ahead and hit the button again. It yells at you if you try and use this thing when it's not charged. And then you got these cool little spaceship lights down below. There we go. Zooming in on those guys. Sweet. So let's see how long this is going to take to go ahead and charge. And interestingly enough, if we come back to the instruction manual, where did the instruction manual go? Okay, yeah, so check this out guys. What you need to know. This is actually on the item before you go ahead and do anything. Here we go. So we got this instruction manual right here, and it kind of flips out, kind of like in Starship Troopers. Would you like to know more? Yeah, absolutely, I'd love to know more. So eco mode, auto mode. Okay, what else do we got? Boost mode, point and shoot hygienic bin. Pretty sweet. And then, what's the last thing to say? Battery saving trigger. So, extended runtime. Okay. Alright, so guys, we're going to check back in We are T-minus 3 minutes right now. And let's see how long it takes to get from 30% up to 100. This slide, by the way, it's at 30%, not 20. That's totally cool. By the way, another cool thing, we've got 2 batteries. So I just noticed, and now maybe this one is actually charged to 20%. We don't know. I guess we can always check that out when we come back. But the other one is checked in at 30%. Now, I'm kind of wondering, since it says online, does each one of these batteries hit 120 minutes? Or is it because you get 2 of these batteries and the V15 gets 1 that each one of these are 60 minutes? Don't know. But if you look on the website, V15 gets 60 minutes. This vacuum gets 120. So very interesting. We'll have to check that out. Alright guys, so checking in. I was hoping that we could go ahead and do this review all at once. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're at 55%. We're going to have to come back. Get a little late tonight. So what that means is it's been an hour, and basically, at least on its first charge, this is taking an hour per 25% of battery that you gain. So we're going to take a couple hours. Not going to go ahead and stay up to see how long it's going to take to finish this up tonight. I know, a terrible review. Maybe I'll do the other battery tomorrow and you guys can see. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you guys with this V11 stand. I started doing the cable management on it, and so here's what's going on. Maybe they went ahead and you know, did the specific second cable just for the purpose of this. Let's see if we can't zoom in here. There we go. So check this out. Ran the cable through there, and basically there's this little trap door that once you put the cable in there, so you go around the back, put it in, press it in, and then this little trap door flops down just like that. And then you go ahead and put the little clips in. It's pretty easy to do because I'm doing it with one hand. Let's see. Might not be able to do it with one hand just for the purpose of this video, but basically the idea is once you go ahead and put it down in there, the actual vacuum is going to rest right into it. So that's a little update there, and we'll see you guys back tomorrow with the next part of it. Alright guys, so it's next day, and we have this guy right here, and basically it took about 3 hours to charge this other battery that we have here. So from 30%. Both batteries were at 30% when they got here. And I mean, if you're figuring it's probably doing about, you know, 20 to 30% per hour, at least on the first charge. 4 hours for a full charge, that's probably why they give you 2 batteries. So with that in mind, I went ahead and was also working on the cable management on this thing. Kind of surprised that Dyson doesn't have it to where you can totally hide the cable, you know, have it come out of a little hole at the bottom. They could have done a little more work, in my opinion, if you're spending so much money on this base. But just my 2 cents. So, but pretty easy to go ahead and install, and then you go ahead and snap this little guy in right there. Let's go ahead and get to this. So you can see there's some contacts on the bottom right there. Pretty straightforward how that should go in, is my assumption. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Oh, wrong way. So that makes more sense. Male end, female end. So there we go. Has a little bit of wiggle room, but alright, pretty straightforward. And then you go ahead and do the attachments. So basically, the fluffy laser, I think that's actually what they call it on their website, but the laser fluffy adapter attachment, this is what the V15 and this one receive that has a laser on it. So it's the only attachment that has a laser on it. So we'll go ahead and test this out, see how it works. But just so you guys know, it's not when you buy the V15 and this one as well that you get a laser attachment with all of them. It's this one specifically. This is the main usage attachment, and you can see it's got a lot more travel compared to the other one. As far as just, it looks like it's probably another 2 inches maybe on top of that. And then you can see here it's got a little flap. My guess is that's to go ahead and get in the inside of here in case there's any kind of tie-ups on it. So let's go ahead and hook this guy up. There we go. Pretty straightforward. Let's see. There we go. Okay. And that's actually kind of cool. These are little rotating balls right here, so that way it can glide on the floor. So that's nice. So what we're gonna do first is the corgi test. And what that means is, what happens when you brush a corgi and you get his fur all over the floor. It's no more fitting that it's a Dyson vacuum, and we're gonna go ahead and test it with some British dog fur. So let's check that out. Come here. Alright, so we got some treats from this week's Bark Box. There we go. Okay, now to get more, we have to go ahead, show the camera how we behave. Wow, look at that guy. Position it down a little. Can you position that camera down a little? Yeah, perfect. Brushing Mr. Bentley. Wait. Here we go. Over here. Come. Gotta face the camera. There we go. There we go. Face the camera. There we go. There we go. Face the camera. More fluff. There we go. Okay. So, I think we have enough fluff here. Go ahead and reward Mr. Bentley for his patience one more time. Here you go. Thank you, Bentley, for participating. Now, we're going to go ahead and get the vacuum. Okay. Vacuum. Alright guys, so that was the initial test. You can see right here, it shows runtime given the mode that we're on. So that was auto, and then there's boost. What happens when we hold this down? Language, alerts, exit menu. So, kind of curious to see where it is on this for where all the collection statistics are for using the actual vacuum. You can see it's pretty quiet. It filled up most of this little area down here. So for being on auto, which as you could probably hear, when we went over to, you know, from this area, so over here, sounds to me like it goes into boost mode when you go onto the actual carpet. So let's go ahead and check out the laser now. Okay, got that. Got this guy. Alright. So, here's the laser. I don't know if you guys can see it. Light-wise, it's there, that's for sure. You can probably see it right there. But as far as how it actually works in the bright light, not really too sure. I think we're gonna have to go into a darker area to go ahead and test this out. So this is what the laser looks like in bright light, and when you're on the carpet, yeah, I mean it definitely illuminates stuff, but it is not doing that good of a job actually picking up on the carpet. So I don't think you guys are going to be using this one on the carpet too much. So we're going to go ahead and bring this over to a darker area and see how this thing goes. Okay guys, so what we've got here is a slightly darker area. We've got some wood laminate flooring, and we've got the actual, you know, tile, concrete or stone tile that we've got. So here's what we've got. Wow, so you can definitely tell that this is doing much more illumination in the area. Now, is it picking up stuff? Yeah, I would say. You can definitely see right here when we go under this door. It for sure does show you where hair is. For sure, it's definitely quiet. It does not do a very good job grabbing from far away until you put it on boost. And even then, you really got to go right over what you want to take. And I'll show you real quick on camera. So we're getting 15 minutes of runtime. There we go, 15 minutes of runtime. Medium. And 40 minutes there. And, okay, 84 minutes there. So, yeah, how does it do? Going over different terrain. So we see. Bring this over this way a little bit. So I don't believe that this attachment really knows what to do when it goes on a carpet. It's still on auto. Boost, exit menu, language alerts on. Okay. Medium. Let's see. I'm trying to go ahead and put this thing back on. So it's on medium right now. and I think it's kind of stuck on there. You can go ahead and try another attachment, but basically what I'm seeing with this is you have to go right up on the item that you want to pick up with this attachment. There's a fair amount of hair from Bentley that it'll pick it up, that's for sure, and it does find it. So I don't know if you're able to see that on camera, but I'm hanging out right here. I can see the hair right here, but you know, it's not actually sucking it until you go over it. And that's really the end of the story right there. So let's go ahead, put the other attachment on, see what happens when you're in this situation. Alright, this one is directly on auto. It already knew it, so there must be, oh, and look at that, 21 minutes. Did that on camera. 21 minutes of runtime using this attachment, so it definitely knows what attachment it is, what kind of surface it is, depending on the attachment. So okay, so that's it there. Let's go ahead and finish up the review. Okay guys, so here's an example as to how this thing can handle two different types of rugs. And we noticed as we were working around the house on this that it seems like the main head that you're going to be using for the majority of your house kind of gets defeated around a large fluffy rug like this. So here's the regular floor right here. Okay. And it seems to do good. You know, go ahead, bring it along. There's a bunch of stuff on it. Nope, not working. Let's see it again. No, it literally creates like an entire seal on it. So fluffy rugs, totally defeated by this, unfortunately, and not by the old animal. So let's go ahead and close up this review because I think we kind of have an idea as to what's going on here. Okay, so basically, what have we discovered through using the new Dyson? So here's an older animal ball. Obviously has a much bigger canister on it than the other, so can't really compare that portion of it. But you know, when you compare how this thing works to how this thing works, there's some significant differences. And just based on the advertising and the branding and everything, you are kind of led to believe that this thing probably could, with this, you know, the main attachment, the main head, take over for something like this. So this is the Dyson Cinetic Big Ball, just as a comparison. So we went ahead, did about half, I would say about a quarter of our house, and this is filled up. So yep, that looks like it's showing up on camera. So this is filled up. That's fine. You know, let's say the storage capacity is obviously not as big as this, but it's sufficient. I'm not going to complain about this. Would I get the V15? Definitely not, because I would be changing the canister out constantly. So that would be a huge pain. I haven't done the trigger yet, but I'm sure it works just fine. But it seems to me like you're going to end up using 90% of the time this guy. You're not going to use the laser one, which that's where all the cool factor comes from with the new technology system, which is the laser detector. Kind of a letdown, unfortunately. You know, what I will say is that when you use this, it allows you to get around objects easily, and it kind of helps you move the entire vacuum forward and backward. With this, let's go ahead and put this attachment back on. It really doesn't act that way. So basically, when you get in a 90-degree angle like this, it stops. It doesn't want to move very well because you're talking about using your own hands, and you're having to move this thing with basically a bunch of force that comes from way up here, you know, with where the handle is. And you only have the handle for your one hand. You'd have to go put your hand down here to really move it this way. This works so much better when you're going around, you know, obstacles, and it just flows better. The other thing too is, you know, with my wife, we're using this thing. This does get heavy after a while, so that's another con, that this does get heavy after a while. Where obviously with this it doesn't. But for that trade-off, this thing is awesome for trying to move around and get the flexibility and put it where you want to. So if you're looking for a canister vacuum that's cable-less, right, you know, running on batteries, I mean, I think this is strong for the price. It's cool, but it's definitely not strong to go ahead and replace a $300 or $400 vacuum and got a Costco. You know, with the Dyson branding on it, which has worked really well. Why did I even buy this thing? Aside from the cool factor, I think one of the animals peed on the HEPA filter, so I gotta go ahead and replace these. So it's like, well, I'd rather go buy a new one than spend another $120, $160 on 2 new HEPA filters on these. And I've already tried to replace, well, not replace them, go ahead and get some, you know, spray on them. But anyways, so that's my review, guys. It's cool. It worked pretty well. I'm impressed with its sucking capacity, but you know, a lot of the advertisements that you've got, it doesn't make it clear that from you know, the V15, it doesn't make it clear that this new item doesn't have the same exact software and the sensor that the V15 does. I was expecting it to have it, so that's a huge kick against it. The price, kick against it also, just for you know, everything that it does. Probably if it's half the price, I would totally keep it. And then I would have it paired with this guy when I would need to go ahead and do some heavy duty around the house. This unfortunately seems kind of like a gimmick because it is basically a really cool dusting attachment that you can put on the floor. So if you've got hardwood floors and laminate floors and that's all you're looking for, great. You know, it definitely does work. Maybe on the V15 again, you'll be more happy with it since it's got the sensor that this doesn't have. But it doesn't have that. So, and it's also, again, it's about 2 inches roughly shorter or less wide than the main attachment you'll use. Don't forget, the other thing we found out was the main attachment has the auto sensing on the surfaces. This does not. So they put the laser on this, but did not put the automatic surface detector on it. So that's a hit against it. So should they have put the automatic, you know, or should they have put the laser on that one? Freaking absolutely. You would want to use it on that. So unfortunately, this is definitely going to go back to Dyson. I need to go look again for something more like this. This is more like what I need, and hopefully, you know, once I go through the Dyson website, I'll find something more like this. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope this helps you, whether you're buying this specific Dyson or the V15, you know, which is less capacity, has a little more tech in it clearly, and a little less, you know, on the price. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and see you guys later.